Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at, well, basically the intercept skills or attack attraction skills, and essentially how they work, how do they function, what are their limitations, etc. So for intercepts or attack attraction skills, basically to cut a long story short, right now they are only active skills. So they are skills that you have to choose to activate. The free-to-play Beerus has them. The Strength Cell Max LR, the Strength Gohan Beast LR, and the Transform State of the Physical Gogeta Super Saiyan LR are currently the only units that have intercept skills. Intercept skills work much like a Taunt in an MMO, in that once you activate them, it will draw all of the attacks of the enemy. So, for example, if you are busy fighting a boss, and that boss has attacks that are going to the first, second, and third slot, wherever you place the character that has the intercept skill, all of the attacks will go to them. So if you stick them in the third slot, all of the attacks will go to them. If you put them in the first slot, all the second and third slot attacks will go to them. It means every single attack goes to them, including the super attack. However, there are some exceptions, which we'll talk about just now. Now, how do the intercept skills work? Well, a lot of them apply buffs to the character. Regardless of what happens with the attacks, those buffs will always occur. So if it says raises his defense by 1000%, or gives him damage reduction, or gives him guard, or gives him evasion, that will always occur. If the event disables evasion, it will disable the evasion of the intercept unless you have a nullification like Tech MUI Goku. If the event has AoE attacks, then those attacks are not intercepted. So a great example of this is basically if you are facing someone, so you can see in this scenario a normal boss with single target attacks, Bojack, all of his attacks are being intercepted by our intercept skill. So we can stick Gohan anywhere. Generally speaking, you'll stick him in the second slot because you want him to receive as many attacks as possible before he attacks to boost his attack. But generally speaking, you can stick them anywhere. It's entirely up to you, but they will intercept all of the attacks. So as you can see here, the target changes, and Bojack, no matter who he was attacking before, will only attack Gohan. This is the case for every single boss, unless that boss is firing either an AoE normal or an AoE super attack. Now, it's very important to understand that the intercept does not work on these abilities. So the intercept can only intercept singular attacks. It cannot intercept AoE attacks. So whether that's AoE normals like Gogeta or some of the Broly's, or Cell Max in stage 1, or whether that's AoE supers, none of it gets intercepted by the character. All of the other singular attacks in the turn will be intercepted by them, but specifically the AoE interactions will not be intercepted by them. And this is very important for planning, because for example, you may want to save your intercept for fighting strength Gogeta, and it's okay to still save it for him. He still fires a lot of other attacks. His super attack is still a singular attack, but his AoE normals are generally what gives units problems. So if you're going to use your intercept now against him, you need to make sure that yes, I'm using the intercept. I will accept any super attack. I'll take on any normal single attack. But the other two units have to be able to survive the potential AoE normal that they'll receive. In the same token, if you're fighting a boss like Broly, who fires an AoE super attack, you have to be able to say, yes, I will intercept all of his singular attacks, but if he fires an AoE attack and he fires his AoE super, my other two units have to be able to survive. If they cannot survive, then it doesn't matter what you do with the intercept. Generally speaking, it's still worth it to save the intercept to use in these moments. Your units have to survive the AoE super anyway, but activating the intercept can still take in the singular attacks, which can prevent chip damage and basically you losing the turn. A great example is this, where all of my units managed to tank the super, However, if I was to get hit with a follow-up super, and some of them I may have failed. But because of the intercept, those attacks were misdirected, and I was able to secure the victory. When you use your intercept is very important, and there's no one-size-fits-all solution. You can use it early on in the fight, middle of the fight, end of the fight. Using it, for me, isn't something restricted to the end. For example, I used my intercepts a lot during the Tech Bojack phase of the movie Boss Rush fight, due to the fact that he seals and locks a lot of my units that I don't want in bad positions. By using the intercept there, it allows me to easily get through that section and set myself back up for the final section, which is usually a lot better for me due to the fact that my rotations can be set. So there's no one-size-fits-all solution, and as a player, you just have to find the one that works best for you. But that's it for me. Bye.